Okay, hi everyone. Good afternoon, good evening, or good morning, depending on where you are in the world. We're going to get started here in just one moment. I'm standing in my new home studio here that I've been using the last couple of months. I'm just going to do a quick camera and mic check to make sure that everything's working. And then Kim on my team is going to let me know that we look good, and then we are going to roll. Okay, so here we go. Testing out the whiteboard. How's the camera and mic doing over here? Okay, and testing out the computer camera. By the way, everyone, I'm going to be taking questions, and I will be doing Q&A live later, so keep that in mind. And then I'll go back to this one. So you should be able to see my slide right there. And then coming back to this shot right here, to our main shot, getting everything organized. Okay, so Kim, if everything looks good, will you send me a text and let me know? And for everyone that's here, okay, good. And for everyone that's here, this is an exciting time because I built this video studio in my home office, and now I can do all of that, and I'm going to be giving you a preview of this live coach summit that we've got coming up, and it's really fun to be able to use my new studio. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn on one light. Hold on one sec. Okay, there we go. Now we're ready to roll. All right, good. Okay, here we go then. And Kim, just if anything comes up, just send me a text here. And I promise everyone, I will not be using this to surf the internet or text people. And this is a good reminder. Go ahead and turn off your mobile devices. Turn off your text messages, your Skype, your social media. Just shut all that stuff down. We're going to be here for about 60 to 90 minutes. If you want to stay past the main part of the preview class, you can stay on, and I'll be taking questions later. Because of the way that I'm set up here, and I'm kind of new to using this home studio, if you want to send me a question, I need you to send it to me at questions@ebbenpagan.com. Okay, so I'll say that a few times through the session here, but questions@ebbenpagan.com, and Kim is standing by, and she'll take your question and she will put it into a special document that I have over here. And she's doing that real time. Okay, so if you have any questions for me about our live coaching summit or about coaching, you can just send them over to questions@ebbenpagan.com, and that's EBENPAGAN, 2 E's in the first name, 2 A's in the last name. So if you've got questions about coaching or the coaching summit, send them to me at questions@ebbenpagan.com, and Kim will send those to me. For the folks that are just joining, hello and welcome. We're doing a preview of our Virtual Coach Summit that is next month. I've had a lot of people asking me questions about this. A lot of questions coming into our sales consultants, and so I've decided to do this to just talk about it, give you an overview and an update about coaching, what's going on in coaching, talk a little bit about how my wife and I are coaches and teachers, and also about what we're going to be doing at the coaching summit next month, and also just talk to you a little bit about some of my new models and some key new distinctions that I think will really be valuable to you as a coach to help you grow your coaching practice if you have one, or if you're becoming a coach to help you get started. Let's see here. Oh yes, I have a couple of key new models that I'm going to share with you. So make sure you've got something to take notes with. Okay, something to write on, something to write with. If you're going to use your computer, get a computer file ready right now. This way, you're not scrambling when the information is coming in. And about the coaching summit that we're doing next month. This is going to be a high-end, small, boutique coaching summit. It's the first time that my wife and I are going to be teaching coaching in a live program. I'm going to be creating a new course while we're there, and I'm going to be teaching some of my most advanced models. I'm also going to have several guest teachers, and some just amazing people are going to be in the room, some of the best coaches in the world, even some of the people that are my mentors and people that have taught me. And also, as I mentioned, I'm going to be creating a new course there, so you'll be able to participate in a lot of things, all right? And we're doing this, again, as a small, high-end event, a boutique event for people who are serious coaches. So let's dive in here. So my wife, Annie, and I, we are coaches and teachers. In fact, I met my wife 10 years ago, as you may know, at the Burning Man Festival, and we got together, and when we met, she had just decided to become a coach. She left a very successful career doing consulting in IT, and she decided that that wasn't satisfying to her, and she wanted to help people with their relationships. So she moved to New York, and she said, I'm going to be a coach. And she didn't know what she was doing. She took some classes and things. And when I met her, I remember she literally had a couple of clients, and they were very difficult clients. And I watched her grow to where now she has a full coaching practice. She's very successful. She makes great money. And, you know, we travel. The last 4 years, we have traveled 7 to 8 months a year. And so we really do live this kind of virtual coaching lifestyle. I've also been a coach now for over 20 years, and I've integrated coaching into just about everything that I've done. I've been a coach and a consultant, and I've just did that for a few years earlier in my career. I've also been teaching aspects of coaching for many years. A few years ago, we created our first just coach training only called the Virtual Coach. But I've had coaches come in my programs for a long time. 4 or 5 years ago, I did a very high-end live course, and half the people that were in the room were coaches. So it's just amazing watching people helpers going through this personal development track and seeing them come and learn more about marketing and getting clients and branding and strategy and growing their businesses and so forth. But I just want to say that my wife and I, we live this lifestyle every day. I mean, this is how we live. We have many of our very best friends are coaches and teachers, and we really believe in this. Okay, so quickly before I get into some of the models here, I just want to remind you that coaching is growing, and coaching is growing up. Okay, so coaching is not only growing as an industry, it's also growing up and becoming legit worldwide. It's not just for sports anymore. In fact, let's go over here, and I want to show you a few things. All right, so I'm going to show you some slides here, and just do a quick review. If you're already a coach, you know some of this stuff, but it might be very encouraging to see it. If you're not yet a coach, this will help you understand why this is such a big deal. All right, so you're probably seeing stories like this, right? The rising popularity of life coaching, right? This was in an Entrepreneur magazine. The business coaching industry is booming. Even Harvard has an institute of coaching now. USA Today, they had this article where they quoted this ICF study that on average, coaches charge $214 per session and make $47,900 per year. The industry brings in an annual revenue of $2 billion. So this really is a very lifestyle kind of thing, right? Because this is obviously not somebody working full time, but people who are more interested in personal growth and development, they have other things to do with their lives. And so, you know, that kind of speaks to this. In fact, I charged $200 to $300 when I started my first coaching and consulting business. I just saw this. Check this out. BetterUp, a career and life coaching platform for employees, raises $103 million. This just happened. Okay, this literally just happened a few days ago. $103 million just for one company around coaching. Okay, so again, coaching is really growing and it's really growing up. So what's going to happen to the coaching industry? And I've seen this pattern before with online education and digital products and courses. I believe that coaching is going to continue to explode and that we're seeing the very beginning of a major long-term trend. How do I know? Why do I think this? All right, so here I want to give you the rationale for this. And also, if you're a coach, I want you to pay careful attention to this because this is why so many people right now need coaching and why they're seeking it out online. All right, so why is everyone so busy, right? We're all time poor. Time poverty is a problem partly of perception, partly of distribution, right? So we're all very busy. We're getting more and more busy. We have more things to do and we're juggling. We're trying to become our best in all these different areas. We have more social relationships, plus the internet is taking so much of our time. This is another key. Close friends are less common, right? It turns out that on average, something like 1 in 4 people doesn't even have a best friend. I just read that on average, I just read another article recently that said that in the last 4 to 5 years, most people haven't made a new good friend. Okay, so friendship is less common and the support that goes with it. All right, so the social support is so important. And then this, okay, so big changes. Today, the average person changes jobs 10 to 15 times. Many workers spend 5 years or less on every job, so they devote more time and energy transitioning from one job to another. Transitioning. Now, I want you to remember that word because that plays a key part in what we're going to talk about today. Transitioning. And it's part of the number one skill of high-paid coaches, which we're going to be talking about in a minute as well. And this is kind of a bummer, but this is reality. Only 13% of people worldwide actually like going to work. Right? So more transitions, more people are waking up and realizing, hey, life is short. I want to do something that I enjoy. All right, so key trend. Remember I said transitions, more life transitions. Because most of us will be doing something different. It means that most of us will have something in common. We'll all be making big transitions in our lives. When we go through transitions, we need help and we need support. Changes in work leads to changes in other areas of life as well. So one transition leads to another in life. We take on new work, which then leads us to move. Or our relationship gets stressed and we either break up, or we need to find a new partner, or we get out of shape and we need to get back into healthy habits. Okay, so one change kind of begets another change. And I've watched coaching grow from this being completely unknown to this. When I started in the personal and business development industry, there were almost no professional coaches. Now, I knew Thomas Leonard, who was the founder of the modern coaching movement, and I have seen the exponential growth of coaching firsthand. Okay, almost no one was a coach 20 years ago. 10 years ago, we started to hear about it. Now, you probably know someone who's a coach. You might be a coach, or you know someone who gets coaching. This is now becoming normal. It's very mainstream. And here's one way to look at this, right? So what are you going to be doing for work in 5 years or in 10 years? Okay, just ask yourself this. What were you doing for work 5 years ago or 10 years ago? And then what do you think is going to be happening in 5 to 10 years? Right? We don't know. I don't know what I'm going to be doing in 5 to 10 years. Okay? The only thing I know is it's going to be something different. And this is an effect that we all can feel. We can feel the accelerating change happening right now. Okay? We can feel it. And all of these trends, these are all converging and in creating this phenomenon that we see called coaching. I also think that learning coaching, it's probably the most valuable universal skill that a person can learn, business and personally. But just a reminder, these are some of the reasons why this is all happening. Okay, so now let's talk a little bit about the skills of high-paid coaches. Because if you have a coaching business and you want to grow it, Or if you want to build a coaching business, you want to launch and build one, it's very important to know the distinction about what differentiates a high-paid coach from an unsuccessful coach or a coach that can't charge very much. And the number one skill of high-paid coaches is understanding the distinction between getting someone to just take an action in life and supporting them as they go through a transition. And then finally, the distinction of the difference between a transition and a transformation. Okay, a transition and a transformation. And in fact, you know what? I've got some visuals here I want to show you about this as well. So let's go back over here to the slides. Okay, so I'm going to show you some slides that'll give you an idea of what we're talking about here. Now, in a little bit here, I'm going to show you part of this new coaching model that I've developed, because there are really 4 different types of coaching, and there are 4 different types of clients. And this will help open the door and orient us a little bit. All right, so we're going to use a staircase model here as a metaphor. Okay, so some people just need to take action in life. And that's kind of, just getting across one step. They just need to do it, right? They just need to get their foot on the step and just kind of take action. Now, some people, though, are in a transition in life, okay, where they're moving from one thing to another. And then some people are going through a transformation, which is like going up a whole floor. Okay, that's the metaphor here, like going up a whole floor in a building. All right, so let's talk a little bit about these distinctions. Let's think about a couple of examples here. All right, so let's say that someone is feeling lonely and they want to get into a relationship. Okay, so an action might be something like running an online ad. Okay, so that's an action. They're just taking an action. Or another action might be going on a date. Okay, that's a simple action. A transition might be something like getting into a relationship. Getting a boyfriend or getting a girlfriend. That's a transition. A transformation would be getting married and starting a family. Like literally leaving a whole phase of life and starting a new phase. Okay, let me give you another example here so you can really get this model and understand it. Let's say that we're talking about business. Let's say that someone is maybe not necessarily happy in their job or their career, and they want to change. An action would be something like reading a book about productivity, or maybe getting a planner or an organizer. Okay, that would be an action. A transition would be getting a new job. Okay, maybe getting a promotion, or maybe taking a different job somewhere else. A transformation would be changing careers or launching your own business. Okay, going from a paradigm where you have worked as an employee inside of businesses and then starting your own company. This is a transformation. It's a paradigm shift. It's a whole new world. And I'll give you a hint here. Most coaches, they focus on this. They focused on actions. Okay, higher paid coaches, they support people as they go through transitions. And the highest paid coaches, they support people as they go through transformations. This is a transition. Okay, being a caterpillar, this is a transformation. All right, and again, this is a distinction here that if you understand this one and then how to do it with clients, you can dramatically increase your success and your fees and your referrals. In fact, the coaches that I know that are great at this, they have all the clients they want because the lives of their clients are changing so dramatically, and the people around those people are saying, "What happened?" And they're saying, "Hey, you need to call Annie, my coach, and she can help you." Okay. Okay, so that's the key distinction here. Okay, the key distinction is we're shifting from just helping people to take actions to supporting them as they go through transitions and then through transformations. Now, here are a couple of mindsets. Okay, a couple of key mindsets for succeeding as a virtual coach and in this paradigm of supporting people. When you're supporting another person as they go through a transition, it's the minimal support. Okay, minimal support so that they can do it themselves. A lot of coaches become very self-conscious and they think that they have to get on with a client and then explain lots of stuff and they have to be the one on the hot seat. It's actually not that at all. It's more about asking questions and listening deeply and then helping the client to take the actions that they know that they need to take themselves to move from a state of inaction to performance, or to move through their transition or through their transformation. It's more about giving hints and then letting the client figure out what to do. It's about holding space and giving the client the gift of being seen and giving them the gift of letting them do the problem solving and letting them go through the growth. Okay, so another part of this mindset is that the client does the work. Okay, if you're a great coach, the client is doing most of the work. And when they do most of the work, they're the one that gets the self-esteem. All right, amateur and kind of newbie and coaches that aren't knowledgeable about this, they're always trying to do for the client. They're always trying to do the work for their their client. And a lot of times this is out of a low self-esteem or feeling like they have to, do a dance in order to perform. But really, it's more challenging to offer minimal support and let the other person do the work. Okay, it's more challenging. It's harder to do that. And this is why great coaches do so well and why they're paid so well. I've got a story to explain this to you. It's my favorite story about support and on helping someone through a transition. When my daughter was 2 years old, okay, my little love bug, she was 2 years old. My wife and I, we went traveling and we went to London. My wife had lived there and she said, honey, we need to travel some more. This was at the beginning of all of our travel. And we went and we stayed in an apartment. And when you walked into this apartment, you walked in on the bottom level and there was this huge staircase up to the main level. And then on the main level, there was another huge staircase that went up to a little outdoor kind of patio. And both of these staircases were wood. And they were kind of the shiny wood that was very slippery. And as soon as I saw them, I was nervous because our little 2-year-old daughter, she had just turned 2. She hadn't really encountered stairs very much. And when she saw them, she was fascinated. And, I would wake up every morning with her and we would get up and play. And as soon as, the first day, we wake up there and she's like, Dada, I want to climb those stairs. And I was, being a typical scared father and imagining her slipping on those steps. And I was like, no. And she just kept saying it like, Dada, I want to climb those stairs. And I said, okay, let's go, learn to climb steps together. And so we went over to the staircase, and the one that was on the main level, it went up a few steps and then it turned and then it went up the rest of the way. And I was of course horrified by this whole thing. And so anyway, we went and we started walking up the steps. And what I noticed was as soon as we started, I thought about this and it's intuitive if you've got a little 2-year-old to kind of hold her arm like way up in the air, above her head, and then to kind of walk her up and down the steps, right? And that's what I was doing at the very beginning. And it's what I saw other people doing as we were, when we first came in and you had to walk up those first steps, you kind of grab her and hold her up. She's kind of, with her arm way above, almost with her tiptoes on the steps. And I looked at it and I thought about it and I realized if she's going to learn to walk up and down steps, I can't be doing it for her. And so what I did is I leaned down and I held my hand down, and she was only, 3 feet tall or something like this, 2.5 feet tall. So I held my hand down at maybe, a foot off the ground, and I let her put her hand on mine. Okay, so I stood over here with my hand down very low, and then she put her hand on mine, And I didn't grab her hand. I just held it there, and she rested her hand on mine intuitively. And then we went up the steps, and she climbed the steps. And when she needed the support, she would lean over on my hand. And when we got up a few steps and had to go around this turn, and I was holding onto the banister and kind of leaning down, and I realized, with one hand over here and me leaning down, if she slipped backwards and fell, I would only have a split second to try to jump and grab her. It was a very awkward kind of way to do it. But I knew that if she was going to learn how to do it, she was going to have to do the work. She was going to have to climb. And so we went all the way to the top of the steps that way. And she kept her hand on mine face down. She didn't hold on to my hand. She knew. She intuitively held her hand flat. And then when she needed it, she would lean on it. And we made it all the way up to the top of the steps. And I was like, whew, okay, great. And then she's like, Dad, I want to go back down. And so we went down. And she just wanted to climb up and down those steps. But you know what? She learned how to do it. And then she learned how to hang on banisters. And she learned how to climb the steps. To offer her the minimal amount of support, all right, minimal support was much harder than it would have been for me to just do it for her, okay? And that's my metaphor for coaching. It's my main metaphor for support. And because more and more people are going through transitions in their lives, more and more, work transitions, job transitions, starting businesses, relationship transitions, getting into relationships, out of relationships, getting married, starting families, having children, health transitions, okay, wanting to get into shape, wanting to lose weight, realizing that, boy, if I can get into better shape, I'm going to have more energy, right? And hobbies. I mean, we're learning about all these things now. We have the internet. We can go online. We can learn about things. But then we're also balancing these all against each other. And, when you put this all together, the bottom line is that all of us are in a transition of some kind now all the time. In some part of life, we're going through a transition. Check this out for yourself, right? Just right now, right? You're either going through a transition or a major transformation in some part of your life. And this is one of the main reasons why we need more great coaches and why coaching is so in demand. Because we have less time with our friends, we have less friends, we've got this, anti-social media that we're dealing with, so we don't have the emotional support. And we're going through more transitions. All right, so this is why I predict the demand for coaching is going to just keep growing and growing and growing. Not to mention the benefits you get. When you learn to coach, you learn so much about personal development. It's like the rocket ship to self-actualization. Oh, by the way, here, I've got something here. I want to show you this. All right, here. Okay, so you are supporting, they are doing. You're the one supporting, they're doing. Who's the coach here? Okay, which one is the coach? Most people would think that the coach is the one up on the ladder wearing the tie, right? But that's not it. The coach is the one down below supporting as the other person climbs, okay? And this kind of gets it across visually very nicely. Okay, so we're here to talk about the Coach Summit that we're doing next month. And whether you're a coach or whether you're just launching a coaching business, I want to share with you this new model that I've been working on. I think it's very, very important and very powerful, and helps me to understand why some coaching methods don't work with some clients. And it's a real shortcut to getting right to the essence of what's going on. This is built on developmental psychology. So over the last several years, the last 10 years or so, I've really become interested in developmental models of psychology. And whether you look at Piaget's model of childhood development, or whether you look at Claire Graves' work, my mentor Wyatt Woodsmall, he's just a super genius at developmental models. I've also studied Ken Wilber's work a lot. I've learned a lot from Ken. And I had this realization a while back that coaching is a developmental skill, which means that you meet people at different levels of development, and that coaches are at different levels of development. If you've studied something like the Claire Graves work or spiral dynamics, you learn that people go through these paradigm shifts in life and they go predictably. All right, and if you looked at the spiral dynamics work, people at like a level 4 for Graves, like a world 4 or a blue, these folks, they've just learned about consequential thinking, and they're very rules-based and kind of laws-based, and they want to know what the right and wrong thing to do are. People that are at the next level, at the orange level, at Graves World 5, these people are more experimental. They're more of the scientists and entrepreneurs of the world, and they're always trying to figure out the best way to do things, and they're more focused on themselves and making themselves successful. When you move up to the next level, to 6, to the green level, you have this paradigm shift where you become more empathic, and you realize that there's a lot more than you in this world, and you become interested in helping the collective and contributing and seeing and empathizing with other people's perspectives. You become interested in the health of the planet. And then there's this, what Claire Graves called the monumental leap, the leap to what he called second tier, to the 7th level, to yellow. And this is really it's a super paradigm shift where all of a sudden you look back through your life and you see that you have come through all of the development levels. And whereas when you were at each level in your life before, you looked at other levels and people that were in other paradigms and you thought that they were crazy or insane or sinful or criminal or whatever. And then you realize, oh, wait a minute, I went through all of those phases in my own way. And you start to see them, and then you kind of recollect all of them. You kind of pull them all together, and you can go back into them anytime you need, and life becomes much more dimensional. Okay, it's a much more super dimensional model for living and also for leadership. If you got to see my Reinvent program that I did a couple of months ago, then you have an idea of what we're talking about here. Okay, and we're going to come back to talking about reinvention and transformation here in a moment, and I'll tell you how this all makes sense. But here's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about. So I talked about these 4 levels: the kind of level 4 blue level in spiral dynamics, and the 5 orange level, and the 6 green level, and then the 7 yellow level. And what I realized is these are the people that you're going to meet most in your coaching practice. Okay, most of the folks here, most of the coaches here will be meeting are at the levels 5 and 6, at the orange level and the green level. You'll meet some people that are at level 4 in blue, and you'll meet a few people that are at level 7 at yellow. There just aren't that many of those types of folks, so just kind of the law of numbers, you're not going to meet as many. But most people right now are in either that 5 level or that 6 level. And my realization was that at each of these 4 levels, you have a different type of client that literally lives in a different version of reality. Okay, different paradigm, different values set completely, and you need a different type of coaching, a different coaching model at each level. In fact, you know what? Let's go over to the board and let me just draw this for you a little bit. Okay, so we talked about our 4 levels, all right? And I'm gonna show you what this looks like a little bit. Okay, so at the first level, basically what someone needs to do is they need to take action. Someone that's at this level is going to come to you, and they're having problems just doing the thing. Okay, they just need to take action and get it done. They're not as concerned with transformation and all of these models and so forth. They just need to do the thing. They need to eat the right food to lose the weight, and that's it. They're not as concerned with the bigger picture, with habits and all that stuff. They just want to take the action. Now, at the next level, at this level, Graves level 5, the orange level, I don't have an orange marker, but here I'll use red just to kind of, for fun. This level, you're going to have people that are going to come to you and they want results. Okay, so they're more sophisticated than just wanting to take actions. They want to get a particular result and they're willing to work harder to get it. Okay, this is about performance coaching. This is helping someone put habits in their life, having them ritualize things. They need to learn new models and so forth. Okay, so this is results coaching, different paradigm from action coaching. I happen to have a green marker here. So at the green level, these are people that are going through a transition in life, and it's a pretty big one because it's a transition around purpose. Okay, in fact, I'm going to even change this right now to purpose. I think that's a little bit better way to describe this. And what's happening here is they've gone through, they've taken actions in their life. They've learned how to do that. They've been getting results in their life, but then they've realized there's more. There's more to life than just taking action and getting results and being successful. I need to have meaning. I want to have better relationships. I want to make a big contribution. I'm part of this, planet Earth, this huge ecosystem, and I'm part of this big social system. And I can now feel everyone, and I can see that everyone has different perspectives, and I'm interested in hearing what they have to say. It's a big transition right here. And these people are the ones that need more support because empathy is coming online and their feelings are coming online and they're processing more. Okay, so again, different model of coaching. And then up here, we could call this, let's just call this transformation for now. And this is a total reinvention because this is helping people who have taken actions. They've learned how to take action in their life. They've learned how to get results. Okay, they've achieved success in different domains. They've started to live more on purpose. They're more empathic. They're entering they've entered that phase of life where they've started connecting to others and connecting to the whole system. But they've realized that listening and supporting and just being one with everything isn't getting the results that they want in the big picture, like on the world scene. And I won't go into this higher level one because it's a lot more sophisticated. There are a lot more dynamics there. We will talk about that one. We'll go deeper into that one, a lot deeper in the Coach Summit. But for now, I just want you to see that there are different types, there are different paradigms, and there are different types of clients. And for each of these different types of clients, you need to be a different coach. You actually have to show up and be a different coach. Okay, so if you meet a client who needs to take action, this is actually about instruction. The coach's role is to instruct and to teach the rules. And this is about as much as this client wants to learn and about as much as they can handle. Okay, if you get someone at the next level who wants success, they want to get a particular result in their life. They want to start, they want to get a better job, or they want to get a mate, or they want to, invest and become wealthy. It's a different world. You're doing more performance coaching at this point. Okay, they're putting rituals and habits in place. They're making decisions and taking actions. You're holding them accountable for these things. But it's a bigger paradigm, and it's usually a longer window, a longer time frame. And I'll come back to that in a moment. But keep in mind that as we move up these levels, you can be working with people for much longer time frames. Okay, someone that comes to you that is at this action level, okay, they may only need one session with you because you get them to take the action and then they're done. Okay, that might be as strategic as they get. But someone might come to you for some success or performance coaching. You might be able to work with them for several sessions. Maybe they need 4 sessions or 10 sessions or something like this. Someone that comes to you that's going through a transition in life, and this one can be kind of success, performance, or when they're finding their purpose and they're becoming more empathic and they're kind of connecting up. Someone like this, they could work with you for 3 months, 6 months, even longer. Someone that's going through a transformation in their life, some coaches work with people for years. Literally, some coaches work with people for years if they're going through a major transformation. And so as you become more sophisticated and you learn these different roles, this can expand your business. And by the way, at the transformation level, at the highest level here, when you're working with people that are much more integrated. This is about becoming a professional mentor. It's a much more strategic level. And again, even though we don't have time to dive into it here, please join me for our kind of boutique coaching summit that we're doing, because we're going to go deep into this. I also mentioned reinvention. There are some interesting trends that are happening right now around this that are leading to, I think, a much higher demand for the more sophisticated types of coaching that we're talking about here. First of all, there are a huge number of people that are coming into midlife right now. Generation X, my generation, okay, we're coming into midlife. Maybe the first third or so have now come into 50s and the rest are in 40s. And what's interesting about Generation X is that it was the first generation that grew up seeing career changes as normal. Okay, all the way up for, for thousands of years. We were born, we learned a trade, or we learned a particular skill, or we got an education, and then we went into a job, and we typically worked in that job or that career path for our whole lives. It was just Generation X here, after the baby boomers, that grew up seeing changes happening fast enough that careers would change, and that it would be normal for career change to happen. And this is a big deal. It's a big deal because that generation that sees career changes as normal are all coming into midlife and all awakening and all realizing, wait a minute, life is short here. When you come into midlife, you get into your 40s, it's the first time you kind of realize, oh, wait a minute, life isn't forever. When you hit 50, that's a big one, right? Most people are convinced like, okay, I'm at least halfway there. And, you start seeing people that you care about and famous people that you knew, when you were growing up, they start dying. You can feel the kind of gravitas of life. Some people check out at that point, but some people take life on and they say, wow, no, I'm really gonna go for it. I'm gonna actualize, I'm gonna make the most I can from this life. And so a lot of Generation X are coming into this time where they're seeing mortality. They're really seeing it and feeling it. They're also seeing that they need to make a change, that what they've been doing for the last 10, 20 years, it's just not fulfilling to them. And so you see a lot more people moving from this success level, right, up to this level more of purpose and meaning. And so many of them are confused about, how do I do well by doing good? How do I do something in a career that makes a positive difference in life? Or they're realizing that their children have been growing up and they've been missing it, and their priorities start, switching around. They say, gosh, I need to go from being just a successful business person to now I need to be successful at relationships and in family and with my friends, and I need to go heal my relationships. And these are the kinds of major realizations that are leading people to go and seek out coaching, along with the fact that coaching is becoming so normal and legitimized right now. And again, remember, as we're having these massive, revelations and these realizations, we also have less discretionary time. We have less social support, right? We have less contact with our friends and the people that would normally be giving us that moral and emotional support. And so, this is the dynamic that's creating the demand for coaching. By the way, I kind of define coaching, I have several definitions, but I kind of define coaching as professional friendship. Really what an amazing coach does is they do the half of the friendship relationship that's the supportive part, and they just don't demand to be supported in return. The value exchange is, I will support you professionally and help you get the results you want, make the transition or transformation, and then you just pay me. And a great coaching relationship, it really has that, it has the feeling of the best kind of friendship. And great coaches make friends with their clients, and great clients make friends with their coaches. And you really feel that. In a way, some coaching relationships, they feel a lot deeper than real friendships. Now, a lot of people are hung up on this idea that there can't be money involved in friendship and so forth, but I think that that's just kind of old thinking, because if you have a friendship, you're always trading favors and doing things for each other. This is just another way of exchanging value. And if you're great at being a friend and you're great at supporting people, or you want to learn how to be great at being friends and having social relationships and great at supporting people, then this is an important set of skills to develop. I also mentioned reinvention. Okay, so over the last few years, more and more, I've been getting a download about how important it is to take on self-transformation. Right, to take on the ability in each key part of your life, in your health and fitness, in your relationships, with your success, with business, with money, to be able to go from a paradigm where you're ineffective, where you're not getting the results that you want, where you're not being who you could possibly be, where you're not actualized, your potential is not realized, to then going and transforming. Okay, so reinvention, in a way, is kind of self-transformation. And like I said, it's also about going back through your life and inventorying your skills, okay, and inventorying your gifts, really looking at what all of your assets and your abilities are, and then putting them all together, and then almost taking them like puzzle pieces and flipping them all over on the table, and then asking, what new higher level puzzle can I put together with these? And because now we're dealing with this huge cohort of people that have likely been through several jobs, already been maybe through a couple of careers, already have different types of skills, they haven't seen how to put them together, okay, and literally reinvent themselves, invent themselves into a more unique being, take their genius, their unique genius, and put that into a career, into a relationship, into financial success, into an investing paradigm that really works for them. Okay, this is part of reinvention. And because now I've been teaching reinvention and some of these developmental models around it, and then you can see here that I've got this new model of coaching that I've been working on. What I'm seeing is this huge opportunity to really become a reinvention coach, to master reinvention and then coach other people through it. And I think that this set of skills of helping people through developmental levels and really helping people through the reinvention process, this is the way that we become future-proof. This is the set of skills that whether we're working in a job, whether we're building a business, whether we're doing coaching as a career, this set of skills is what makes us invaluable. This is when we become great communicators, we become great supporters, we become that priceless friend, that irreplaceable friend. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our virtual coach summit that we're doing. Okay, so our coach summit that we're doing next month in July, it's a summit, it's also a networking event, and it's also going to be me creating a course, which you're going to be able to attend and see how I do this, because I've created dozens of online courses. Lots of coaches are interested in creating courses. This is going to be the first time that I've done a high-end advanced coach training and created a course in person. So it's kind of a unique thing. Plus, bringing together a great group of people. All right, so we're going to host a coaching summit and networking event for serious coaches. I'm going to teach this new model for the first time, okay, along with methods for attracting clients, growing your coaching practice. And again, I'm going to create a new advanced video course, which you can come and watch with me. I mentioned we're going to bring together coaching thought leaders, right? So I'm going to be there teaching. My wife is going to be there. My partner, James, and his partner. And I mean, between us, we have thousands of hours of coaching under our belt in multiple different niches and domains. But I'm also going to invite, and my partners are going to invite, some of the best coaches that we know from different niches and industries. And again, because this is a small event, you can meet them. Okay, we're all going to be hanging out together. We're going to be networking with each other. You're going to meet the man that I learned about the information industry, about the digital product industry, about the speaking and coaching industry from. Okay, he was my first real teacher in this stuff. He has literally done thousands of one-on-one coaching sessions. He's one of the best coaches in the world. His name's Joe Stumpf, and he's going to come. He's going to be there. You're just going to get to meet so many great coaching thought leaders, and again, even our mentors. Come for 3 days for this. Okay, it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It's July 19th through the 21st. Okay, July 19th through 21st. We're doing it in Portland, Oregon. I grew up in Oregon, and I've never done a live training in Oregon, but it's one of the most beautiful places in the world, especially in July, this type of year. And so I said, all right, let's do it in Oregon. We've got like the best location in the city. We've got just a beautiful place. Again, small group, probably 75 or so. I mean, well, we've got a small room, so 75 or so max. Okay, again, it's a rare chance to come to something small and intimate like this, but we're making a course, and this is kind of just the right size for this. And you're going to get to go behind the scenes. If you're interested in creating courses, you'll learn so much as well. All right, so that's the event itself. I've got some bonuses if you decide to register. Now, again, this is a high-end event, okay? It's expensive, but I'm going to give you some great bonuses to make it really worth your while. And the first bonus that I'm going to give you is my entire virtual coach training program. Okay, so I'm going to give you access to the current version right now, which you'll get access to immediately as soon as you register. And this will be your preparation materials, okay? Because if you don't know my coaching model, then you really need to learn it in order to get the most out of the virtual coach and or the virtual coach summit that we're going to do here, the kind of advanced session. And inside the virtual coach, you get 3 different courses. Okay, one is you get this course that teaches you my transformation model. The second course you get to learn about being a coach that coaches people through transformation. And then the third is you get a set of 10 coaching tools, unique coaching tools, very powerful coaching tools that will give you exactly what to do when you're working with clients. You also get a whole training session on how to do marketing, on how to get clients, on how to do coaching sales presentations in order to convert sessions into people that are paying you. And you also, after you go through this, later this year, we're doing a live version of the virtual coach. And I'm going to give you access to that one too. So I'm going to give you both. I'm going to give you my whole virtual coach training program, which by the way is about $2,000. We sell it every day for $2,000. I'm going to give you all of that whole thing as a bonus. In fact, let's go over here. I've got a couple of slides to show you. Okay. So when you go through the virtual coach, you get a private members area, which you will get access to. And inside, you'll see a bunch of bonuses and training programs. And so you get direct access to this. And again, you get the whole course. You get it right now. Now, as part of this, some of the bonuses that I'm also going to include, in addition to just the virtual coach, is my Wake Up Productive course. Okay, this is one of my most famous courses. It's a 90-day course. You watch an intro video and then a few fast starts, and then you watch one video a week that takes you about 20 to 30 minutes. And you put 2 rituals in place, one in your personal life, one in your business life. Again, this is 20 to 30 minutes a week that you're going to be going through in the main body of the course. You will double your productivity in 90 days. Okay, you'll double it. And you'll learn so much about habits and rituals and supporting other people. You get this entire course, and you get the business version of it. It's about $500 we sell it for. Another course we sell regularly. You also get my best course on marketing to get more clients and customers. This is my marketing step-by-step course. This is my most complete course on marketing. It's me teaching 19 sessions. Each one of them has a summary. It's got blueprints. It's got fill-in-the-blanks tools. You learn about naming and branding, and you learn about copywriting and headline writing, and you learn about how to do affiliate marketing and how to create content and how to write newsletters. It's a very powerful course. This will be transformational for you. This will help you get all the clients that you need. There are also several other bonuses in here. If you're new to business, I've got a couple of courses on entrepreneurship that you're going to learn about. I'm also going to include one of my courses on how to create a great digital product. If you're interested in turning your knowledge into an online course or a digital product, I'm going to include that as well. Okay, so you get all of this stuff. You get access, again, my entire virtual coach program, the whole thing, and I'll give you access to the one that we do later this year, which is me teaching you live for 90 days. Okay, so we sell this for about $2,000. You're going to get this whole course as a bonus. Another bonus that I'm going to give you access to, you'll see why it's important to register right now if you want this one, is in just about 2 weeks, okay, just 2 weeks, on June 29th and 30th, Saturday and Sunday, I am teaching a new course for the very first time. And I'm going to be teaching it from this studio, so you can attend from anywhere. It'll be virtual. And the course is on how to have more valuable insights. How to have more valuable insights. Okay, and the course is called Insight, the Heart of Creativity. In fact, you know what? Here, I've got a cool graphic. Here, let me go see if I can find it. Just want to give you a sense here. Let me see if I've got this handy. I know I had it over here on my computer. Let's see. Yeah, here we go. So proud of this, just showing off this one little piece here, just so you can get a sense. All right, so this is Insight. And what's amazing about this particular domain is that if you look back in your life at the times in your life where you made a change and you just had much bigger results, usually it happened because you had an insight right before that. Some new way of seeing reality, some new thing that has, flashed into your mind. And if you're interested in knowledge work, okay, what I've realized is that as a knowledge worker, it's the creative work that you do, where you're being creative, and it's the imagination work that you do, where you're using your imagination. That's where all the value is. That's where you have these ideas that can change everything. One idea can help you get, a ton of new clients. One idea can be a new product that you launch that can double your business. And what this all boils down to is insights. And over the years, I have developed dozens of methods, and I've collected dozens of methods for having better, higher quality insights. And in this course, I'm going to teach what they are. And I'm also going to teach for the very first time a new visual creative language that I have developed and been using for the last several years. I've never taught it in one of my courses before, and I'm going to be teaching it here. So this is a 2-day program on the heart of creativity, about how to generate really high value insights and then what to do with them. And I've got a wonderful new model. This is going to be one of the best courses that I've ever done. And as you can see, I've designed this logo. I'm really excited about it. Okay. You know what? Just one moment. Okay. So when you register for our Coach Summit in July, you get the entire virtual coach training program. You get Wake Up Productive, my new 2.0 version of it. You get the marketing step-by-step course. You get a couple of courses on entrepreneurship. You get one of my best courses on creating a digital product. And you also get access to my new Insight course in 2 weeks. It's the weekend of June 29th and 30th. This is about $5,000 worth of bonuses all by themselves if you were to buy these things from me right now individually, okay? The special price for the virtual coach for the summit that we're doing is only $49.97. Okay, so it's $4,997. And again, this is a small boutique event. Okay, it's only if you're really serious about becoming a successful coach and you want to hang out with and network with some of the best in the world. Okay, and again, you get my virtual coach program, which we sell for about $2,000 right now, and you get all of these other bonuses, plus you get access to my new Insight course in 2 weeks. Now, by the way, if you are a virtual coach client right now, or if you're in my digital product blueprint or digital U, or you've been through my Accelerate program or my Altitude program, you get 50% off. Okay, so if you're one of my clients, you're in the family already, you get 50% off. I've already sent you the link for that. Okay, I already sent you a special link. If you don't have it and you need access, just email kim@ebenpagan.com. That's just K-I-M, kim@ebenpagan.com, and say, hey, Kim, you know, I'm a virtual coach client. Can I get my 50% off link? And she will make sure that you get that. If you're in my coaching, if you're in my inner circle, or if you're in my Platinum Passport group, you get to come to this as a comp guest. Okay, so if you're already one of my very high-end clients, you get to come as a comp guest. And again, you're going to meet some amazing people, as well as get to hang out with my wife and I, okay, in a much smaller kind of environment. It's not going to be one of our huge programs because, again, we're creating a more sophisticated course here, and we want the right kinds of folks in the room. All right, so if you're in one of those groups and you didn't get the link or you can't find it, just email over to kim@ebenpagan.com, or you can write to questions@ebenpagan.com. If you want right now, I'd like to take questions. Okay, so if you have any questions about this Coach Summit that we're doing next month, you can send them over to me. And the email address is just questions@ebenpagan. Okay, questions@ebenpagan.com, and that's EBENPAGAN, questions@ebenpagan.com. If you'd like to register, just go to virtualcoach.com/go. In fact, here, I'll put it up. Just to make sure you see here. And there'll just be a one-page order form there if you want to register. We do have some seats left for this program. I don't know how much longer we're going to have them because it's filling up fast. And again, this is a small boutique event. So just go to virtualcoach.com/go. Say that 5 times fast. virtualcoach.com/go, and that's where you can register. Now, if you have any questions for me, I'm going to stay on for a while and I'm going to answer questions. But because of the way that we're doing this broadcast, I need you to email them to me. Okay, I need you to email them to me, and you can email them to me at questions@ebenpagan.com. questions@ebenpagan.com. In fact, here, let me just create a slide here so you can see how to spell that. Sometimes people like to put an A in my first name, but here it is. If you want to ask me a question right now, just send it to questions@ebenpagan.com. And Kim is taking those and she's putting them into a document. And then I have that document right here. I'm sorry, there's not a easier, more direct way to do this right now. We're still kind of figuring out the system. But just email over to questions@ebenpagan.com. And if you'd like to register and get this, awesome bonus package that we've got, just go to virtualcoach.com/go. And again, if you're already a Virtual Coach member, or you're a member of my Digital Product Blueprint or Digital U, or you went through my Accelerate course or my Altitude course or any of my high-end courses, you get 50% off. And if you're part of my Coaching Inner Circle or part of my Platinum Passport, you get to come as my guest. Okay, and the message there is, we really take care of our, of our family, and definitely come to this if you possibly can. Okay, definitely come to this. So virtualcoach.com/go. Okay, so let me just go take a look here and see if we've got some questions coming in. All right, good. We've got questions coming in. All right, good. And again, just send me a question to questions@ebenpagan.com. ebenpagan.com, questions@ebenpagan.com. And if it's Thursday and you're watching me, I'm on live. I'm on live right now. I'm really here, and I will take your question. Okay, so Camilo says, hey, Eben, really appreciate these live sessions. Thank you. Out of curiosity, within the model of action, results, purpose, transformation, what would you consider to be the paradigm for turquoise? This will not be my last question. Haha. All right, so Camilo's asked like the most sophisticated and advanced question that there is. I'll give you, Camilo, I'll entertain the question, and I'll say, how about holographic? You know, people maybe at Turquoise are looking for interdimensional holographic coaching. You know, how the part affects the whole and how the whole affects the part. Let's start there. Okay, Mark says, will there be a replay? I missed the first part of the webinar. You know, that's a good question. We haven't thought about doing a replay exactly, but you know, maybe we will, just in case. I don't know. If you missed it, just do this. Email over to Kim. Just send an email to kim@ebenpagan.com and say, hey, I missed part of this, and if you've got a replay, please send it to me. Also, by the way, if you have any questions and you'd like to talk to someone, right? You'd like to talk to someone here on my team, just go ahead and email kim@ebenpagan.com and say, hey, Kim, I want to know more about this. I need more details. I'd like to talk to someone. I have some questions. That would really be useful. All right. So if you got more questions, just send them to kim@ebenpagan.com. All right. Kristen says, what client acquisition methods do you favor? Yeah, that's a great question. And at our summit, we're going to be talking a lot about acquiring clients, especially in this environment. So there are a couple of different ways to acquire clients for your coaching practice. One way is to do it through advertising and marketing. Now, I like advertising and marketing. I've kind of grown up in advertising and marketing, and I've learned that if you really understand marketing, if you understand the psychology of marketing, advertising becomes fun, and it becomes really interesting when you have your marketing running and then people are contacting you to buy your service. If you're in a kind of a cold call paradigm, which, if you're just getting started, it might be a good thing to do, if you're just getting started from scratch, right? But when you're calling people up or you're contacting them and then you're trying to get them interested in what you're offering, the psychology, the emotional tone is different. It's like walking up to someone you don't know on the street and then trying to talk them into something. They start off immediately being on guard and suspicious. Whereas if they contact you, if they call you for your product or service, totally different result. I remember when I got started in the real estate industry and I would go knocking on people's doors or go to for sale by owners and hand out flyers. People are very suspicious. But when I started running my first direct response ads and then I had them call me because they wanted more information, right? It flips things around. Now they're the one that's pursuing me. So I really like marketing a lot. Inside of the virtual coach course, by the way, we teach you how to create, what's called a lead magnet, how to create something that is a valuable giveaway, whether it's a free report or an audio or a video that really targets the unique need that your prospective client has, and then put that out there and give that away so that they then come and follow you, opt into your list, and then ultimately contact you and want more information about your coaching services. So I love marketing. Marketing's wonderful. Also, I love building businesses that are based on word of mouth and referral, because if you build your practice this way, you have your clients doing your marketing for you. And my friend Joe Stump, an original teacher and mentor for me, he's going to be at this event. He's one of the greatest coaches in the world, and he built his company by referral only, teaching real estate agents and mortgage lenders how to build referral only businesses. And he did that for decades, okay? And now he's a great coach, and he's one of the foremost authorities in the world on how to build a referral business. And here are a couple of hints about how to do it. When you get a client, you start talking about referrals right from the very beginning. You tell them right up front that you have a referral-based business and that this is how you build your business, and that them sending you referrals is actually part of the business. Almost no one does this. And if you start incorporating intentional, conscious referrals into your business practices, you can explode your business. There are other methods of getting coaching clients as well, and it also comes down to this model that I was sharing with you. Right, there are different types of clients and there are different types of coaches, and for each of them there are different methods of getting clients. And so come join us for our summit, and we'll definitely learn a lot more about how to do this. Looks like I had my camera on the wrong. Somehow I switched over to the my other camera. Some of the trials and tribulations of running your own video studio. Luis says, is the course accredited? We're not accredited through a college or anything like that, but we do give you, when you go through the virtual coach course, we do put you through a certification process, and we will give you a virtual coach certification. Because I think it's important to make sure that you've done all of the work and that you've learned all of the tools and the methods. And so we give you the certification ourselves. Let's see. Greg says, what's the venue for the summit? We're doing it at a hotel. We're doing it at just a beautiful hotel, and there is a discounted room rate. And let's see, is there an agenda ready? I don't have an agenda that's written out right now, but I will tell you about what we're going to do at the program. First, what we're going to do is we're going to learn about these different models. Okay, we're going to learn about developmental psychology. We're going to learn about these different paradigms and models, and we're going to learn about the different types of clients that are in each of them, how to serve them, how to sell them, how to get them, and we're also going to learn about the 4 types of coaches, so that you can attune your coaching to the type of client that you're looking for. We're also going to learn a lot about reinvention. We're going to learn about personal reinvention, and we're going to learn about professional reinvention and about coaching others through reinventing in their own lives. And I think that reinvention plus coaching, right, that this combo, this is how you can become just a very highly paid coach. When you understand the transformational models, and then you understand the reinvention model, and the types of people that are seeking out coaching right now, this is when you can get clients that not only pay you very well, but that can stay with you for 3 months, 6 months, a year, 2, 3 years. Okay, so we're going to be going deep into reinvention. We're also going to be talking about different coaching niches. So we're going to be talking about health and fitness coaching. We're going to be talking about relationship and dating coaching, and we're going to be talking about business and money coaching, because these are the big coaching niches. You'll be learning some specifics about these things, but we'll also be learning about how to coach each of these things. We're also going to be doing networking. Okay, so there are going to be some just amazing people in this room, and you're going to want to meet them. So we'll be doing some networking events and so forth. So I'll just kind of leave it there. This is going to be a jam-packed 3 days. All right, you're going to learn about marketing. You're going to learn about client acquisition. You're going to learn powerful sales methods for each of these different levels of coaching. Let's see. I've got a question here about Annie. Oh no, this is this is funny. This is from Annie, my wife. My wife asked some questions. Apparently, I maybe haven't answered a few things. All right, so let's see. Let me just read these here quick. Okay, great. Yes, so you're going to see coaching happen in this workshop. You're going to leave with a sense of what coaching is, because we're going to be teaching, but we're also going to be doing coaching. So you're going to get a powerful transmission of what coaching looks like. We're also going to be recording the event, okay? And we're going to be creating a course from it. And you will get access to the final program that we create so that you'll be able to go back through it as many times as you want. Yeah, and what's interesting about being there with my wife is my wife is a love and relationship coach, but she also helps people with lots of different areas of their lives and so forth. And a lot of coaches come to her for coaching. And we've been practicing together, coaching other coaches and teaching them some of our relationship models and some of our collaboration models. And collaboration, it's one of those top, handful of skills that we can learn, like coaching. And what you're going to see here is my wife and I teaching and practicing collaboration. You're also going to see my partner James and his partner Ainsley. Okay, they're our business partners. They're also great coaches, and you're going to see them teaching and practicing coaching and collaboration as well. So you're going to get a real download about what this is, and you're going to get a sense of what it looks like in a collaborative kind of paradigm as well. Okay, Marty says, I'm wondering what time the event will be ending on Sunday in order to adjust my already made travel plans to Oregon, if necessary. Okay, great, Marty, you're already coming. Let's see, we're going to finish, we usually finish on Sunday at, maybe 6 o'clock or something like that. We're going to finish before dinner time. All right, it's not going to go till midnight or anything. We'll probably finish 6, 7 o'clock at the latest, okay? And I'm really glad you're coming. We're gonna have an amazing time here. Kristen says, do you have a coaching referral process where customers looking for a coach can find a coach on your website? We don't, but we were just talking about that. I was just talking to my partners about that recently. And, at some point we're probably going to have something like that because we've trained a lot of, great coaches, and we will probably do something like that. Okay, great. So I'm going to put this slide up here again. If you'd like to come to our coaching summit, okay, go to virtualcoach.com/go. When you register, you get about $5,000 worth of my best business training, coaching training, productivity, and time management courses just as a bonus. Okay, it's almost like buying my best courses and then getting a free ticket to come to this event. Plus, I'm going to give you access to my virtual coach, the live 90-day training later on this year, and all the bonuses that are going to come with that. You're going to get coached by me and by my wife and by my partners, and you're going to get to come and meet some of the best coaches in the world and learn a new coaching model. This is the first time that it's ever going to be taught, and it's really going to demystify coaching and teach you how to help each type of client get what they want and help identify which type of client that you're dealing with. And most importantly, become the kind of coach that clients want to, that they seek out, that they want to work with for months or even years, and that they pay very well. Okay, we're going to be talking about more of the skills of the high-paid coaches because this is really what it's all about, is helping people to create great success and actualization and transformation in their lives, but then also getting paid well so that you can create the virtual lifestyle that you want. Okay, it's a really great feeling to be able to do the kind of work that my wife and I do. We can do our teaching and our coaching from anywhere. We've traveled all around the world. We've done it from many different countries. All we need is an internet connection. And to teach you how we do this, it's super rewarding. My wife and I, we measure our success by how many people we teach and that go on and become successful in their lives. And we have a lot of success stories. You may have seen some of them on our websites. If you need to see more success stories or you have more questions, you can just write in, just write into questions at ebenpagan.com. If you have a question about anything, if you want to talk to someone on our team, if you want to know more, if you want to see some of the success stories, just write into questions at ebenpagan.com and say, hey, I've got a few more questions about this. If you want to know anything about this, just write into questions and we'll let you know. But yeah, come to this program. It's going to be super powerful. I think it's going to be the best coaching event of the year. You're going to get the download. You're going to get an update on what's going on in coaching, and you're going to get a powerful new model that'll help you get more clients and then help them more effectively and take your own coaching to the next level. I want to say one last time here that one of the reasons why I've decided to teach coaching and why I've been now teaching it specifically, even though I've been doing it for many years and teaching coaches for many years, to actually teach coaching is because it is a cornerstone skill. It's a skill that I think should be taught in school to everyone. It's a skill that blends with every other skill. And it teaches you how to be a professional friend. It teaches you how to be a mentor. It teaches you how to be a supporter. It teaches you how to help other people become self-actualized and help them transform and become their potential. And when you learn how to do this, it integrates into everything. Okay, it changes your relationship with your family. It changes your relationship with your friends. It changes your relationship with people that you collaborate with. It helps you become a better partner. Just collaboration and partnership. When you partner with another person, you can multiply the value of your skills because you can work with people who are different from you. And coaching is like the gateway drug to partnership and collaboration. When you're a great coach, you know when to you get intuitively when to shift into a more guiding and leading role or more of a supporting role. And this, shifting back and forth, learning this dynamic model of having relationship, this is what teaches you to be a great friend, a great partner, a great entrepreneur, a great investor, right? Because when you're doing all of these things, what does it all come down to? It comes down to interacting with other people, helping them become their best, and then partnering and collaborating so that you can have this kind of collective intelligence, this pair-based intelligence or, small group-based intelligence. And coaching is it. Okay, if there's just one skill to learn that helps multiply the value of all other skills, in a lot of ways, that skill is coaching. So come to the Coach Summit. Come with us. Just go here. Just go to virtualcoach.com/go. You get all the bonuses. You get my whole virtual coach program, plus all of these other courses that I have. And then you get to come to the virtual coach. Plus you get to come to my Insight program in 2 weeks. This course is going to blow your mind. If you come to this course, if you come to the Insight course, even though, I haven't gone very deep in it, you're going to learn so much about creativity. You will get ideas in that course that will make the price of this tuition worth it before you even go to the virtual coach, to the summit that we're doing next month. By the way, I didn't mention this, but I'm offering 100% money back guarantee. Okay, 100% money back guarantee for this summit. If you come to this summit, you go through the 3 days, and you say, nah, it's not for me. Just walk up to me. This didn't meet my expectations. I'll give you a full refund. Okay. 100% of your money back. No questions asked. Okay. So 100% money back guarantee. So come to this Coach Summit, get all these bonuses, get access to my virtual coach program. Plus I'm going to give you an advance ticket to the one at the end of the year. You get to come to my Insight course and all of it, again, 100% money back guarantee. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Looking forward to seeing you next month in the Virtual Coach Summit. Also, I want to just mention, if you're part of the Virtual Coach or my Digital Product or Digital You course or some of my other higher end courses, you get 50% off. I've already sent you that link. You can register now. If you lost it or don't have it, you can just write to kim@ebenpagan.com or write into questions@ebenpagan.com and say, hey, where's that link at? Also, if you're in my Platinum Passport or my Coaching Inner Circle, you get to come as a guest. If you're one of my high-end members, again, if you didn't get that link or that note, you can just write into kim@ebenpagan.com, and we'll take care of you. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you see the power of what we're going to do here. And if you want to grow your coaching business or you want to launch one and grow one, come to this. Okay, it's going to be transformational. Go to virtualcoach.com/go, and I will see you next month. I'll see you in July in Portland. All right, see you then.